Okay, so this video is going to be solely to Ed Sheeran, Mr. Irish Leprechaun Suicide Doer. So I'll tell you an experience of what it's like to live with Ed Sheeran. Like, you hear his songs, right? They're all love songs, and you would think, like, if you met him, it'd be a love song, right? So this is, of course, right after Michael's like, I'm divorcing you. I'm cutting off my strength. I want Jezebel. I want a rapper. So I end up living with this guy. It was an absolute nightmare. So the moment I get there, there's bruises all over me. He asks. I say nothing. He kind of figures it out. Then he doesn't stop hitting on me. He just wants me in his bed. He wants me in his bed. He wants me in his bed. And I keep saying no. I keep saying no, 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 no. And he has a lot of power, this little Ed Sheeran. So he starts getting a bunch of mirrors, putting them everywhere, and doing magic demons and portals. He has that much power. Everywhere. And then he has like a little toy shark, and he's like, get the shark! And then he has a little snake, and he's like, look at the snake. Like, he's just doing nothing but... It's like a power control trip or something. He just starts touching his head to start the scalar more. That's all he's doing. Continually. I couldn't even sit down and watch a movie. That's all he would do. Just, and they'd be like, is your head hurting? It must be you watching you need to watch your drinking. You need to stop looking at the phone. You need to blah, 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 blah. I'm like, whatever. Then he ended up trying to get me drunk every single night. And I was like, no, I could only drink like 2 times at all, like in 2 days in a row. So he's just trying to get me drunk. And then every time he would try to hit on me, I'd say no. He wasn't taking that. So then he just started calling me drunk and getting mad because I wouldn't get drunk enough to do anything with him. He kept trying to get me hard liquor. I would say no. I was like, I just want 2 MXDs. That's it. Thank you so much. So then he just called, and then it got to the point where like I was cleaning. He's like, you never clean like this. Then tells his friend, oh yeah, she's on meth. It's like you couldn't win. And then once I said no, like for the 20th time, he goes into the kitchen and gets a bunch of knives, throws them on the ground in the bathroom, gives his 2 dogs a shower, like a literally 10-second shower, and then says, maybe she'll learn. And then claps his hands twice and leaves. The way he works is so sick. It is, and then he'll stare at the TV and he has so much power, he'll do this move. To manifest what's on that TV, of torture, of course, to do it to me. Sad, sick, huh? He's so twisted, it's so sick. What other things did I see? He'll gossip about you. He'll lie. Oh yeah, she lost that job because she got drunk. That's a lie. I lost it because I got a urinary tract infection, and I called 2 hours ahead of time, and they said that wasn't enough. Lie. You try to break the script and be like, well, I've been spiritually taught. He's like, there's no such thing as demons. Hell doesn't exist. God hasn't even created it. So just lying. Not taking the spiritual realm or hell or pain seriously. He would sit there for 16 hours a day and do nothing but play video games, and eat all day. I couldn't even get groceries without him eating everything I bought. I give up. I'm just going to go to the gas station and get a hot dog. I'm so tired of paying like $130. And then I bought a whole tub of ice cream, and I was so excited. It's been like 3 days, and the whole tub was gone. I was like, okay, like, whatever. So he's addicted to food. And he doesn't read his Bible. He doesn't do any of God's works. What other interesting thing did I find out? Very jealous. Like when I did TikTok and I was doing TikTok lives with guys and girls, either doing a Bible study or just going on somebody else's live, he would come in. Who are you talking to? Why are you talking to them? They could hurt you. You're crazy. Why are you talking to them? But then he talked to different people all day on his video game. Very possessive. Very, very controlling. Acting like we were already going out. It was really creepy. And remember, this guy Heath, Ed Sheeran, was buried. He was the first person that came to me after Michael left, and he drew the picture to take me to hell and said I was Jezebel. And then he had me watch Love and Thunder, which was about the good girl dying of cancer and then the witch taking over. Like, he already manifested it right away. And then he does his pretend, I had a stroke. No, you're just okay with my dad giving me that. Just like how he did. And Haley. I don't get it. This is their thing. When they don't help you and they don't even want to help you because they're lazy, they'll pretend to have something or go to the hospital like 20 times, and it has to be something they're okay. The demons and Satan giving it to you. Like I swear, he went to the hospital like 7 times. One of them was blood is coming out of my butt. No, it's not. You're just okay with my dad putting a spear in my ass. I have diabetes. No, you don't. You just want me to get diabetes from my drinking. I don't believe anything he says. And then when he was sick, he acted like the biggest baby. Like, oh my god, you're not even taking care of me. Yeah, you turned the scaler like 20 times. What do you want? Get me a water. I'm like, you're right there. Like the kitchen. Can you not walk? Wow, you don't want to help me. Okay, there's your water. Are you not going to stay here and take care of me? What do you want? I was like, are you joking? I'm dying of cancer. And what do you need? He literally had a cold. That was all he had. It's like he's so needy. And I know he was David Fox to do the hot tub, right? Because I went to David Hernandez and he got jealous. And God allows this judge to make his judgments of our eternity based on his jealousy. It's sick. What other things were just so interesting? Every time I'd post to get the hell out of that house, he would just be like, why did you post? What? Am I not good enough for you? He wouldn't let me sleep in. The moment he was up, I had to be up. What else? He came in my room like at least 20 times a day. Why aren't you here with me? Why aren't you talking to me? I'm like, dude, I'm just your roommate. I don't need to give you any attention. How about when his whole freaking place is messy because he's a hoarder and he expects me to clean everything? Why aren't you help cleaning the house? I don't go anywhere in your house except my room. And my room is pitch perfect clean. Like, what? Then he left his little vacuum cleaner for a damn ass leaf blower. He loved that. He would just randomly just pull out the vacuum cleaner and vacuum for like literally 10 seconds. What else? It was a nightmare living there. A nightmare. A literal nightmare. And the way he talked to me to his guys on the video. Yeah, she has these big breasts. She has a nice body, man. Like, you keep trying to get her drunk, man. But she won't do anything. She keeps talking about Michael. Dude, that's so twisted and that's so wrong. And then, like, my thoughts are going crazy because he's putting magic demons and portals everywhere. And then, I think it was, like, the first time I was there within, like, 10 seconds. He's like, yeah, no. Jezebel. And he lies on the ground. He's like, I'm going to fall. He's like, when are you going to fall? Then he pauses. He's like, in love with me? I'm like, yeah, sure. Okay, get it done. You psychopath. What else? It was a nightmare. Every time he would catch me watching Michael's videos, he would get all jealous and mad. Why are you watching Michael's videos? Yeah, it was a nightmare. Then just go back to him and he could hit you. While you're sitting there touching your head so I could die. It's technology. Yeah, okay. What was the other interesting thing? I woke up a couple times with him literally over me, touching the wall and doing magic demons and portals. And I would wake up and then he would just like nonchalantly just kind of like lean away and just go about his business. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. This is a nightmare living here. I paid his rent $1,400 for 2 months because he's like, I'm gonna get kicked out. He's not even looking for a job. I'm there looking for a job. I already have a caregiving job. He doesn't even try. He just plays video games and waits until his rent is due. And I pay for it, all of it. And then he still has the audacity to hand me his card. He knows it's not my card. To touch it so he could take over my finances. What a weirdo, huh? He's nothing like Ed Sheeran. I thought if I was living with Ed Sheeran, it would be, like, amazing. Oh, and of course, he had to mention the suicide. I was like, yeah, you know, Justin Timberlake really treated Britney Spears bad. Justin Timberlake, he's awesome. Britney Spears, she probably wants him to commit suicide. I was like, okay, so I guess I was Britney Spears and you raised up Christina Aguilera. Every time I would drink 2 beers, maybe 3 times a week. He would call me drunk and then be like, that's why your head's hurting. Because he was so mad, I wouldn't get drunk and do anything with him. And then every time he'd be like, can I have a hug? I'm like, really? Like, no. And then he'd be like, "Oh my god, you don't even want to touch me." I'm like, "I really don't want you to touch me, no." Then he would get really pissed. I know he was David Fox to do the hot tub, 100%. He acted the same. He had plants outside. He's addicted to food. Yeah, he's David Fox. Remember him? Michael? That's the one who ruined everything in my relationship and my attorney. Your daughter. Your wife's attorney. That's who did it. Ed Sheeran. Heath. Barry. David Fox. Part of the Suicide Squad. What the heck? Why is that camera doing that shit? What is it doing? Okay, anyways. Camera's been weird. Look at what it's doing to my lip gloss. That is so weird. Okay, yeah, so if Michael wants to know, do I want Ed Sheeran? Hell no. Never. Ever in a trillion gazillion years. So that God made me have to be with him. Why? There's nothing I find attractive about him. Everything in his house was just torture. He put on his headlight for, you know what headlight means in spiritual. The demons are going to play operation on you. You know what that means. He had like this little workout thing just to like chain me in it and torture me. He's psycho. Like he's so detached from what pain really is. And then he just bitches about the world when he could change it. But the ones who do change it are the prodigals. Go figure, right? He does nothing. He just bitches. I know I'm missing something of that 3 months of absolute torture. Every second I wanted to go back to Michael's, but I'm like, he already divorced me, so apparently I'm going to get Sandra Bullock and Johnny Depp, and I don't want that. Why is it doing that? That is so weird. Maybe it's a filter. It's making it do that. Because I tried to do a filter with more light, and it was weird. Okay, anyways. Oh, and then after he claps his hands twice, he'll just start doing shit. Like cooking you breakfast in bed, buying you shit, and then acting like he's your bestie. And then he gets mad so easily. Like, I mean mad. Like when we went to Olive Garden, because I'm like, I want to go to Olive Garden by myself. He's like, by yourself? What, you're not going to take your roommate? I'm like, oh my God. So we go there, and then it's like Veterans Day or something. And he can't, the parking is like across the street. And he just comes to me, he's like, get in the car. And just is so pissed. I'm not going to wait here and park all the way over there. And so where does it go? Chipotle, of course. He's vouching for the Mexican. That's what you guys usually do. When a Mexican doesn't want to help me, you guys are like, no, we love Mexico. We love burritos. The Mexican's like, yeah, like, you think I care about her? I'm not going to help her. She made a couple mistakes. And her thoughts. What else about him that was just so cringy? He never takes a shower. Like, I don't think I saw him take a shower one time. Maybe once. He's lazy. The way he treated his dogs. He never takes them on walks. He basically controls them, just like he controls humans. Sit down. Lay down. No. Oh, poor babies. He doesn't play with them. They loved me. Because I gave him treats and played with them, and then he would get mad at me. Why are you playing ball with them at night? Why are you giving them treats? It was a literal nightmare to live with him. And then he would take him into his car, his cramped up car, and then he would just like leave him there for like 2 hours, just panting. And I'm like, okay, I let them out. I'm like, you are so sick, bro. This is exactly how you treat humans. Ew. And then I tried to take the dog for a walk, and I was gone for like a minute. He's like, yeah, that's all you could do. I was like, what the hell? Okay. And then, like, when they would poop, I thought that was cute. So, like, I'm there taking them out, right? And, like, in the beginning, he was okay, and then he would get mad. Did I tell you to take the dogs out? I'm like, okay, bro. And then, once he was like, don't take him out, they started pooping at night. Because I was the one who took him out. He takes them out twice a day for literally 10 seconds. And they poop at night, and he comes to me and just charges through my door. Did you give him treats? I'm like, no. Then why'd they poop? Maybe because you didn't let them out. Okay, well, you need to clean that. You're joking. Okay, I'll clean it. Then he would literally kick his dog. I was like animal abuse. He kicked his dog. And it was like screaming and sad and yelping. He kicked his damn dog for pooping. And I'm like, you let these dogs out. I've seen it for 2 months. Twice a day. That's it. You expect them to hold it in the whole time? So if any of you guys still download Ed Sheeran or give a shit about him, please don't. He is literally nothing like you think he is. Nothing. I was more miserable there than I was at Michael's, and that is saying a lot. That is saying a lot, because at least when Michael had the cat, he was nice to it. Mr. Blanco. Anyway, okay, so yeah, so anybody who likes Ed Sheeran, listen to my story, because he is here in many avatars and he's an asshole. He's a controlling, jealous asshole who will use you for money, but mostly sex. And when you say no to I do not want to cuddle, I do not want to go in your bed, he will torture you with more pain down here and up and down in hell and up here. And that's exactly what he did. Oh, this is tripping. I'm so not getting this filter anymore. Weird. Okay, so yeah. So if Michael's like, oh my god, Ed Sheeran. Oh, that's what it is. It added like a little makeup thing. I was wondering. Okay, that's weird. Okay, we need to turn that off. That's really annoying. I already have makeup on. Okay, whatever. I thought it was just like an actual like glowing. Okay, it's called Cap Off Daily. Okay, so it adds makeup. Okay. We're good. That's why it's doing that. I was like, why is it doing that? Okay. Anyways, and that's why it's doing that. I was like, I already have. Okay, got it. Anyway, yeah. So that was my experience with him. It was a nightmare. I hate it every single day. He thinks he is just God when he's not. So yeah, what do you think, Michael? Ed Sheeran? No, I don't want him.